folks, welcome back to Game Geeks. I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Marchland is what we're discussing today. Marchland is by Mark Woodside for Savage Worlds from Hearthstone Games. This is a modern myth, modern urban fantasy sort of game, but I'll tell you right up front, it has a distinctly lighter feel. It's not as dark and overbearing as the World of Darkness games tended to be, angst-filled, woe to me. Lighter than Angel and Buffy, and lighter even than the Dresden Files. This has a more wonderment myth approach to it. The idea being that the world of myth and magic lives alongside us, separated from what we can normally see by the veil. Which means normal humans, oh, that wasn't a rampaging vampire, that was a gangbanger on PCP, did you see that? Sewer gas? Oh no. This uses Savage Worlds, but it does some nice little tricks to it up front. Your races mainly come down to, you're a human, and there are options with that. You are revenants, which are your ghost-like characters, and you're Fey-blooded. The Fey are very, very heavily represented with this, which makes sense doing the more lighter myth, fairy tale sort of setting that you've got here. So you've got your character race, you've got your archetype. The humans are the main practitioners of magic. Now, the magic here comes in three forms. You're a mystic, which is sort of your witch, shaman, priest type. And there's one thing this game does very nicely is tie in European myth of Fae and magic with Native American, because this is an American setting. Now, the specific setting for this, Marchland, seems to be a small city outside of Seattle. But there's no reason you couldn't that out of where it is and throw it anywhere you want. I got a soft spot for New Orleans, always have. So I would probably do this. I've never been to Seattle, and I think you kind of need to know a city to be able to accurately represent it in a game. I've been to New Orleans a lot. I could do probably more than any other city, except maybe Chicago. And I think New Orleans has more flavor. Granted, you usually can't get the stink of vampires out, because those stains just don't go away. But I think it has more flavor than, say, that I would be able to do than a Chicago game. But that's neither here nor there. So you've got your magi, who are your magic users, alchemists, or the grave touched, who are people who've sort of interacted with the dead, and therefore it's left a mark on them. Magic itself does not use power points, it uses a casting modifier, which usually is the power point cost as a negative to whatever your role is. The character creation here, it's nice, it works, it holds together well. I love the setting. The setting itself has become very near and dear to my heart as I've been reading through this. What you've got is you've got the magic world's Arcadia, which is just barely separated from ours. You have to get through it using doors, which most of the Fae can do, but some wizards, some grave touch can also access them. Arcadia itself is fractured into what's described as a kaleidoscope of realms. So trying to take in all of Arcadia at once will probably drive you bonkers, whereas going into individual realms would work. The individual realms of Arcadia the main ones are separated by the seasons, fall, winter, summer, spring. You've got the Wildwood, which is the original forest primeval, Echo, which is a dark reflection of the city itself, and the Oubliette, which is sort of the bad place where no one goes. It's where insane Fae and insane undead get shoved. It goes into this beautiful description of the society and the culture of the supernatural in America and in your city of choice, the associations. It has a slight World of Darkness feel to it. But it's nowhere near trying to recreate the World of Darkness for Savage Worlds. Like I said, this has a lighter, more wondrous feel. I see this chase of the PCs trying to save someone that's with them, running from the maniacal hordes of the bad guys, going into a goblin market, getting a key, and using that key to have this ongoing foot chase through the different realms and things you're running into there. For someone who's an old hand at urban fantasy, and I consider myself an old hand at urban fantasy or the people with powers genre, this really was, it sort of took me a little bit to get used to it, because I'm used to the darker, I'm a monster, everything is bad, I have to succeed or I'll be crushed. But I'm a monster feel you get with World of Darkness, or the oh crap, the world is out to get me feel that you have with the Dresden Files. And it is a much, much brighter tone, which I really appreciate and I feel is needed for the genre. Plus, it's one of the best, if not really the only, urban fantasy settings that I've really seen for Savage Worlds. I've been thinking for a while about how I'm going to do this. Then I discovered Marchland. And Mark Woodside was kind enough to send me, and even sign for me, which was really awesome, a copy of this book, and it's been such a great read. Adventures in the back, a bestiary of what you could expect to fight. It's a complete game. All you need to do is add your own ideas and go with it. I really love Marchlands, folks. And take a look at it. If you like urban fantasy, if you like the Savage World system, and you're looking for a way to marry the two that doesn't directly emulate something else, you can't possibly go wrong with this. For Game Geeks, I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Good day and good gaming.